Hello, Taurus, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Jen with Bohemian Path Tarot, and today we are doing April readings. I've got one of my go-tos here, the Unfolding Path Tarot, and another one of my go-tos, the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. So we'll do our standard quickie monthly reading and then a pull from the Wisdom of the Oracle. And I'll also do my standard preamble here. These are general readings for a general Taurus audience, so it might really resonate with you. It might be predictive and unfold later in the month. Or it might just resonate here and there. So be sure to check out the videos for all of your major placements, your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign. Of course, check out whichever videos you want to. Cross watchers are welcome. And just take what resonates and leave the rest, if you please. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle now. If you've been here before, you know I like to fast forward the video over the shuffling, and I will catch up with you as I'm about to, let's see, do you want to be in focus here? There we go. I'm going to fast forward over the shuffling, and I will catch up with you in just a second when I start to lay out the cards. See you there. Okay, Taurus, let's see what the tarot has for us. Okay, Seven of Cups. Page of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, okay, Seven of Wands, all right, and, oops, let's get everybody in frame here. How about, okay, come to the edge. Oh, I love it. Okay, cool. So, come to the edge. I'm going to start with this. Let's see if we can get her in focus. Beautiful. So, come to the edge is obviously about courage, right? Taking a leap of faith. But ultimately, this leap is about being authentic, being your true self, and that's what lets you trust. That's where the courage is, in being yourself in whatever situation you need to take the leap in. So whether it's in relationships, in like really giving yourself over to intimacy, or even just taking the risk and putting yourself on dating apps or whatever it is, or even trying again after a really bad breakup, you know, or if it's taking the risk to be your authentic self in job situations. Sometimes the job hunt can be tricky because we get in our own way in interviews, you know, by being overly formal or trying to be what we think they want us to be, in that we don't really relax and just be our true awesome selves, you know, something along those lines. This is taking the chance to just be our true, awesome, real, authentic selves. So we'll keep this here as kind of a reminder as we go through the rest of these cards. Now, I read this card here as sort of the theme for that the rest of these cards are, you know, feeding into. So the theme for April for you, dear Taurus, is this sort of audition card, or this kind of, let's get this in focus. There we go. And this kind of putting yourself out there, or auditioning. Again, it's kind of come to the edge, kind of putting yourself out there, right? It's kind of like an interview or making yourself seen. So for anyone who is on the job hunt or on the relationship hunt or, in any other situation, and sometimes it's not even like you're looking for anything, but it's just kind of strengthening bonds or just having more fun in life can be about showing up more authentically. But a lot of us right now are needing another job or a second job or, something. So some of you might be, again, interviewing, might be auditioning, might be sending out your portfolio, might be putting yourself on a dating app. That's, kind of what this energy is. It's about putting yourself out there, okay? The Seven of Cups can be about choices, seeking fulfillment, but not really being sure which is right for you, not being sure which direction is right for you. And sometimes we can face this kind of indecision when, nothing seems quite right, like sometimes we're on those dating apps. Again, I'm not saying every Taurian is looking for a partner. I'm sure some of you are not interested, and just as an example, sometimes you can be on a dating app and you're looking and the options you see are just not interesting or appealing. But sometimes the lack of fulfillment we find, or the sort of decision paralysis we face, is because we're looking too hard for the perfect option, that we don't let ourselves just kind of play in life or experiment or improv or just try something out just for fun. So what the Seven of Cups suggests is there might not be a perfect option for eternal lifetime fulfillment, but it's okay to take a chance. It's okay to take a risk, even if something doesn't look perfect right now. So if you are on a dating app, just try. Just put yourself out there and just try. Because the other thing that can happen sometimes is, at the heart of it, we might feel like we're not good enough for an option, or, because we're not showing up authentically, we might fear that the choices aren't real options for us. And so that's why we opt not to do anything at all, or get stuck in that option, that sort of paralysis. So that could be, that might not be true for all Taurians listening to this message, but for one or two of you out there, that could be what's stalling the kind of choice to move forward. But there is the idea here that there might not be an absolute perfect for all times option, but feel free to just try. And that comes for anyone that might be on the job hunt. There might not be a perfect option in the job search right now, but go ahead and apply to something that's good enough for now. It might be a stepping stone. It might not have all of the elements you're looking for, but for now, especially if you need to pay the rent or the mortgage, it makes sense to try. And even if it's just the sort of interview practice, that doesn't hurt either. So that's what the Seven of Cups is suggesting. To not get stuck in that search for perfection, that it's okay to make a choice, and things, even if they don't seem perfect now, they can have a way of helping you towards your greater satisfaction down the road, because we have later the Page of Pentacles, which is an offer, which is an opportunity, which is an invitation that looks good and shiny and may even have some money attached to it. So especially any job-seeking Taurians, there is something here that could very well be like a interview or even a job offer. It could be also for freelancers. It doesn't necessarily have to be a full-time job. It could be a part-time job. We also see this here in the Two of Pentacles. We have, let's see this, get this guy in focus. Certainly some of you could be working two jobs, or freelancers could be having a couple of gigs at the same time. So it looks like there could be a bit of juggling. The Pentacles is the suit of typically job, career, finances. So there could be a couple of things that you're juggling there. Now, for people who aren't in the job market, who are maybe retired, this could certainly be an opportunity to use some other resource you have, like another talent. You could be invited to teach or speak or organize the neighborhood block party, something like that, or lead the Girl Scouts, something like that. But it could also be something like a commission, a royalty, some sort of financial inheritance. I'm not great with finances, but something comes to term, however that works, you know, or a piece of property, you inherit a piece of property, something like that. The Pentacles can also speak to family legacies, so this could also be something involved with some sort of family inheritance, like I said, family property. Your uncle leaves you his paintings or his car or a piece of property, something along those lines. But as far as the Two of Pentacles, that would typically be juggling something. That would be two things that you have to balance. So this could be work and family, having to split your focus between your family obligations and work, or family and something else you value, like family and your education. But just as a reminder here, this sort of wisdom here to be authentically yourself. So whatever you're choosing, the guidance is to make the authentic choice, to be authentically you. Whatever you're interviewing for, whatever you're sampling or trying out just to see how it goes, whether it's a date or putting out your resume just to see, it still has to align with like your authentic values, right? But there is some kind of offer or opportunity or something that comes in that you will value, that adds to your bottom line or increases sort of your resources, or increases your sense of personal value. Although you may have to do a little bit of juggling. So there it is, Taurus. I'm going to leave it there. I hope that is helpful. If you like this reading, I hope you'll consider liking, sharing, subscribing. In any case, please take good care. Until next time, bye for now.